Pete, hey, did you see Microsoft, Pete? It's got a 3 handle again. It's back above 300.
Yeah, recaptured.
303.
It's amazing, right? I mean, the yo-yo of last night was incredible, and a lot of that you can attribute to, you do get a little less liquidity, of course, in the after hours, and I think that's part of it. But also, the Bears were able to eat it up for a minute or two, or a little while, and then all of a sudden we started to hear, once we got the call going, that's when everybody just jumped right back on and they got back on board with Microsoft. I'll tell you what, Scott, when you've got a $2.2 trillion market cap company and you're still growing your revenue and your earnings at 20+%, that says a lot, and that's exactly what they did. This is an unbelievable company. They do a great job of execution. I know Joe's got to be fired up because he talks about buybacks all the time. They bought back $6 billion worth of stock in the quarter. So this is something that, when you look at every single number, whether it's Azure that's still up 46%, down from 50%, but still growing rapidly, across the board, they just hit it home run after another. And obviously, they've got that new acquisition going as well. That's something I think that people are going to be looking forward to in the, now distant future, but that will come up faster than people think. I think they just continue to move in the right direction. And Satya, once again, shows you why he is one of the CEOs that you've got to look at and say, you know what? That guy might be the best in the industry. And I look at it and say that almost every day. Unbelievable what they did.
High praise in an industry with a lot of highly respected CEOs. All right, Joe, he mentioned you. Yep. You own the stock?
Yeah, I mean, look, the guidance clearly assuaged all the concerns that folks had regarding the ability of the cloud business to accelerate its growth. We know that. But I think to Pete's point, there's something that's so special about this company in the management, and Pete's done a great job communicating that over the last several years. I want everyone to think about this for 1 second. We know that we've got challenges in the semiconductor industry, right? Very difficult to get chips. But yet, look at the Xbox consoles. Look at the Surface devices from Microsoft. Didn't affect them because Microsoft and their partners were able to go out and have the availability and get the needed semis to go into those products. And you saw better supplies on both Xbox and the Surface during the prior quarter, which is surprising to all and indicative of just how excellent this management team is.
Yeah. Surat, you got it too.
Yeah, I was very impressed by, every metric that they talked about. And if you look at the cloud piece, and we knew there was so much spending that had been done, a year ago. So for them to come out and grow cloud the way it is, I think it's also really good for some of the rest of the tech stocks. You look at a Google that's going to come out that's so focused on cloud as well. So I think it's a really good indication, unlike when the financials came out and you had JP Morgan kind of set the tone, I think Microsoft's setting the tone really well. And I think if the other tech stocks follow, especially some of the mega caps that have this operating leverage, I think this is going to be good for the market.
Okay, so Surat's got it, Joe's got it, Pete's got it, Link don't got it. Stephanie Link doesn't own.
You were going there.
You don't. Stephanie Link doesn't own Microsoft. Why not, Steph?
I knew it. Look, it's a great company, and I too applaud the cloud strategy. And there's only 15% of businesses or workloads that are in the cloud. So cloud is here to stay. It's going to be $1 trillion total addressable market. I just try to find other ways to play the cloud that maybe not everybody is in. And everybody is in Microsoft. You just heard it from our desk. And it also trades at 32 times earnings. I know it's growing like a weed, but I can find companies that are actually poised to grow further, and their valuations are much less depressed. So Broadcom is certainly one, and it's up 5% today. And it trades at 17 times. You get a 3% yield, and they're not only cloud, they're AI, they're data center. They have exposure to Apple. They just announced a 14% increase in their dividend and a $10 billion buyback. And they also raised numbers when they reported just a few weeks ago. So I like that one. And then my barbell, my value names that everybody seems to hate is IBM. Well, we didn't talk about IBM yesterday, right? So I have to put a plug in it. But it was actually up 5% yesterday. No, not as of now, because look what they're doing. And I think Pete actually also owns this, by the way. But it was up 5% yesterday in a very, very challenging tape. And I think it's because the company is kind of like in the early innings of what they said they were going to do in terms of the cloud transition. I mean, hybrid cloud for them grew 18%. Red Hat grew 19%. They beat on earnings. They beat on revenues. It trades at 13 times of the 5 yield. And nobody owns it, and nobody even knows what they do. So that's why I think there's opportunity there. I'm not dismissing Microsoft as a great company. I just think there's better value elsewhere.